Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poly channel. This video I want to share about info for upcoming region update that Prebis prepare to release in future, maybe on end year 2025. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, as we already know, world map on Black Desert Online is growing time to time from only Balenos, Serendia, and Calpeon region, expanded to Media region, and then Valencia region, then Kamasilvia region, Drikhan region, the Great Ocean, Odelita region, Eternal Winter region, Land of the Morning Light Part 1, Ulukita, and the last Land of the Morning Light Part 2 Seoul. And until this time, we still didn't reveal all area on Black Desert world map. As you can see, there are still many area covered by fog, and Prebis as developer of Black Desert still developing all this fogging area to be released in future. And now on this video, I will discuss about those upcoming expansion region area that Prebis plan and still developing until now. But before that, all this information is compilation info either from any official information that Prebis already announced officially on last ball event, either Heddle Ball and Calpeon Ball, also from any content progression update that we already have right now, and some also come from any unofficial info that not being confirmed by Prebis yet. And because all this content still under plan and development progress, so any detailed content might change or being cancelled in future. But at least we have some backbone info what Prebis plan to do for their upcoming expansion region area on Black Desert World. Okay, since last Heddle Ball 2024 that occurred at June 2024, Prebis already share officially their far future plan, either they mentioning about Eternal Winter Part 2 that they will call it Mountain of Dawnbreak. And on this Mountain of Dawnbreak, Prebis plan to release continuous story about Kapras the Immortal Alchemist, and also another endgame content in form of 100 floor dungeon. And looks like this Mountain of Dawnbreak area is big area. If you check on our current world map, this area have size around 3 times Ulukita region or 3 times from previous Eternal Winter region. But so far we still didn't know how much large this border for Mountain of Dawnbreak. But this is can be whole area or just partial for this big fog area. But if we go to edge of this Ulukita region, we will see some snowy area. So maybe all this area is Mountain of Dawnbreak. And what do you think size for this Mountain of Dawnbreak? Just share your opinion on this video comment section. Okay, the next area that Prebis already announced officially on last Heddle Ball 2024 is Demonland that have name Edania. And location for this Demonland Edania, if you check on our current world map, there are foggy location above Valencia region. And this is entire region of Edania, the Demonland. But actually Prebis plan to make this entire region become huge castle. And on this Edania region, we will get continuous main story of Black Desert 10 years after previous chapter. And on this big Demonland region, Prebis plan to release this region in form of several parts. Starting from part 1 that they show 4 location, and first location is Assassin Temple that we saw part of this area on Assassin trailer that mentioning the door of Aiyeli, the Hakinsa to prevent demon creature from demon realm to entering Black Desert World. And the second location is domain of demon realm boss that we can meet and encounter Enslar, the ancestor of Valkyrie, and part story about Enslar you can find it when finishing Valkyrie Awakening questline. And the third location is Jordan Castle that located on area called Aetherion. And we already know about Jordin since this character already frequently come on Black Desert Story main quest, either on Serendia main quest, Mountain of Eternal Winter main quest, Magnus questline, and the recent story for Jordin, we will know it when Edania region release in future, since Jordin become one of villain character on Black Desert based on recent story that we have right now, especially after he got huge amount of power from Flame of Phoenix at Eternal Winter story. And if I follow story about Jordin, he remind me about story from another game in the past. And the fourth area on this Edania region part 1 is Kapras area called Domain of Zephyros. And this location previous mentioned similar to Jordin Castle but much more grandiose than Jordin Castle. And in this Kapras area, we will encounter fierce monster and then enter the fortress to defeat the final boss is Kapras the immortal alchemist himself. And very valuable rewards will waiting for us if we can defeat him. And previous also mentioned on this part 1 Edania, they just revealed 3 domain that we already discussed previously, either Enslar domain, Jordin domain, and Kapras domain, but there are total 5 domain on this Edania region part 1. And each of this domain, you can conquer it by yourself, and previous just mentioned if this is like personal castle war. Because if any player who first conquer any of this castle, they will become ruler and lord for that domain that will be called as Edana. So this Edana word is just title for conqueror from one of Edania domain. And the conqueror of this domain or Edana can harvest any other player life in the domain that he or she conquer without any penalty. It means for any player who have Edana title, he or she can force attack any other player on area that he or she conquer without losing karma. And the second benefit, as the conqueror of domain, also can collect tax as portion revenue from any adventurers who defeating any monster on his or her domain. And by these two benefits, if someone have title as Edana, he or she can choose either freely engage other player for PvP without consequences, or just sit back and collect any tax from any other player who grinding monster on his or her domain. So any other player can negotiate with the domain owner or grinding any monster secretly, or even challenge Edana position from the Edana player in form of combat. And as Edana player, he or she must accept any challenge from any other player out there. But if player who have Edana title want to absent for a long time, Edana player can prepare powerful boss monster to be challenged by any other player. Maybe this is just replacement when Edana player is offline. And take notice all info that previous share about this unique PvP content on Edania region. This is still on concept stage, and surely detailed info and adjustment will be announced later in future, so stay tuned for this update. Okay, that's all any info about Edania, the Demonland region, one of upcoming region of Black Desert. And now the question, what region that we will get for next update? Either Eternal Winter Part 2 region that previous called it Mountain of Dawnbreak, or Edania, the Demonland region. So far, no confirmation yet, but by seeing pre-abyss info at last June 2024 at Heddleball, they give information in order starting from Mountain of Dawnbreak and then Demonland, and then Edana era, and about this Edana era is far content in future when we already have revealed all region on Black Desert, and we will make time travel to prehistory era of Black Desert that previous called Edana era. And more detail about this time travel content on Black Desert, I already share my discussion previously on this video. You can check it for more detail. But at last December 2024, on Calpheon Ball event, previous discussing about upcoming new region more on Edania, the Demonland, and all explanation about its domain on this Demonland. also come from La Scalpion Bowl 2024. Meanwhile, on the Scalpion Bowl 2024, they just discussed little about Eternal Winter Part 2 in form of snowboarding event, and looks like currently Preb is more intensively working on Demonland region rather than Mountain of Dawnbreak. And maybe Demonland will become next region expansion on Black Desert. We still cannot make sure it for now, but we will hear more detailed confirmation region for next update on next Heddle Bowl 2025 that will occur around June-July 2025. And before Demonland story is released, Prebis must release previous story first, and this previous story come from the 4th biome Atoraxion dungeon content or Zekea. Previously, Prebis already planned to release this Orzekea dungeon at this February 2025, and because right now still middle February 2025, so still have possible if the schedule still same, or maybe little delay at March 2025. So let's see about this update. But on 4th Atoraxion dungeon, they already mentioned will prepare solo mode same as Atoraxion dungeon that focus on its main story, and surely co-op mode either normal and Elvia version same as other previous biome. But special on this Orzekea, Prebis preparing this dungeon also become upcoming monster zone that you can grinding on this Orzekea dungeon monster to get silver from trash loot same as any other monster zone. But on Atoraxion dungeon monster, this is more like private monster zone. And Prebis already mentioned, if on this Atoraxion dungeon monster zone have requirement EP more than 350 EP, so this is another endgame monster zone. And Prebis also plan to release regular monster zone on any other biome on Atoraxion dungeon in future, but first they will release this regular monster zone on Orzekea with this update. And about the last boss on this Orzekea, we will encounter the last disciple of Rux Mahadekia, the Dekima called Orze of Thronewood. So in short, this boss name is Orze. And at the same time, for releasing Orzekea, Prebis also preparing update for the final boss of Atoraxion is the White Witch Ilezra that will become grand final of part 1 Black Desert epic story before they continue this story to Edania the Demonland. So I think this Orzekea, the last dungeon of Atoraxion story, will become bridge story to Demonland region in future. And related with Ilezra the White Witch, last time we got more story update about her in That Eye audiobook story when That Eye agree to join Ilezra to find her brother Eddie, and maybe this That Eye story will collide and meet at one point before we go to next region, Edania the Demonland. And related with That Eye quest to search her brother, looks like this is have correlation with upcoming new class on Black Desert that Prebis start to develop near this time. And I already discussed about this upcoming new class info after That Eye class on this video, so you can check it for more detail. Okay, I think that's all any info related with any upcoming region and its story of Black Desert. So near this time, we will get some good news related with Orzekea, the 4th Atoraxion dungeon, with epic story and battle with Orze, the last boss on this dungeon, and Ilezra herself. And then we need to wait for next Prebis move for upcoming region, either Mountain of Dawnbreak or Edania the Demonland, for next region expansion that expected will be announced on next Heddle Bowl 2025. And stay tuned on Chris Poly channel, surely I keep following and will share all this information to you early in future. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Doki, Ayrton, Snot, Soren, Afrilka, Elfamilia, Zenkyun, Spacebar Jazz as Gold member. And also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. Okay guys, that's all any info for upcoming region update that Prebis prepare to release in future. Hope all this information can be useful for you. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.